alone. Whoa. Yeah, I'm gonna have to sit back because my foot's swollen. I've been sitting down so long, my foot's swollen, y'all. Hey, y'all, welcome to Shantae Brown Sugar Talk. Under either Black Unicorns or Brown Sugar Talk. I just turned something on. So it's like whatever it's on, that's where it's going, baby. That's where it's going, darling. That is where it is going. Ooh. So let's get into what's going on, y'all. So today I was just like, I am fed up. And this was one of my goals for today. I wanted to get rid of my stalkers in 5 days. So I have to be able to actually make a move to do it. So I was going to name the stalkers because see, these stalkers is like, I'm thinking it'll be like the way it happened, like the domino effect. These lower level stalkers will then let another level stalkers. It's just like a cake. We're going to have cake. So let's get a visual. Let's try to get a visual. Okay, I think this is where it's going to work. All right, okay, I see what I'm doing. Okay, so these big amount of stalkers will let these next amount of stalkers know, and then from there we'll go with this amount of stalkers. You guys getting it? Okay, so hold on, let me get the rest because this shit is so funny. It is hilarious. So then we're gonna have this amount of stalkers, right? I want you guys to visually see what I'm talking about because this is so horrible. And then we'll have this amount of stalkers, and then we'll get to this level of stalkers, and then finally we'll get to numero uno. Okay? So then everybody knows to stop stalking Shantae at least within these 5 days. You know what I'm saying? Like for the rest of her life. And start to think about paying her or reciprocating something back to her that's gonna make a difference, such as a monetary thing. Also, you can turn them in. You can just like try, like because the police station is not working here, it's not working for the state or anything. You guys may have to turn them into your local police stations, like in California or Texas or Missouri or Illinois. You know, like Missouri, Illinois. I know. Maybe we have to go to Springfield. I don't know. We gotta turn them in and let them know that I'm being stalked. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm being stalked as if I were a schizophrenic woman. I think that's what's breaking it down to. And a lot of this is like so many guys are happy because they raped me like 14 times. I didn't put that in there. I'm going to set that out for later today. Let's put it all out there today. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to get it in, get it out. So, all these guys that raped me, they were happy. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, oh my God, we can name her as a schizophrenic and we raped her. So what we're going to do is rape her first over these next few years. And then we're going to name her as a schizophrenic and then put her in the hospital for rape when she finds out that we're just doing the same thing over and over again. I mean, for real. What the fuck would anybody have ever thought? What would they have ever thought? You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, I just really wanted to gather this type of information and get it ready for you. Okay, so this is the stalking of Shantae Schuler. It's our anniversary. Let's have cake. Notice, hence the whole thing, the whole breakdown of it. So I thought this was just so pretty. I wished I looked the way that they have treated me. But oh well. I just stayed looking younger. That's it. I mean, I don't know. Shantae Schuler, that's my own quote. Nobody else is giving me that quote. I just want to throw that in like I had some years on me or something. Happy anniversary, Mr. Slaughter. It's 34 years. Guess what year it is? It's our opal year, I think. Here's to celebrating our opal year. Me and Mr. Savage go way back. I went to a school and called Bluffview Park Elementary. I got into a fight with Sunichiyama right away. I met Carla there. It was a different Carla. She's like she was a student. She could be stalking as well. Her and Sunichiyama, and I think his name is not Marcus, but this guy's name is Mario or Maurice or something like that. Anyway, in 1989 he was there, and later on he'll transfer himself to Sokovia and he'll become Mr. Savage. My face doesn't change and his doesn't either. His doesn't either. And then when I leave the school, guys, he tells me don't come back here. So he throws me out like, don't you come back, because they gave me like a lot of stuff. You know what I'm saying? Because I won a lot of stuff. But I did it. I earned it. So nobody had to do that. You see what I'm saying? So then when I get back here, that's when I found out they were crazy. He was just using my identity. He was going to use the stories, I guess, that he thought about me because he was supposed to be protecting me because it's just a secret that the government was keeping. So anyway, he was supposed to be protecting me as a soldier. And he came to the school again as a soldier because he was like Sergeant Savage or something. I don't know, he had some title, like, you know, some general, whatever, I don't know. So he came there and he just like, oh my God, he's the dickens. You know, I became a sergeant too. My name is Sergeant Schuler, but I was just in JROTC. So then I got a little scholarship to college for like 2 or 3 years. I think it was 2-3 years. And it did last me because remember I was going to graduate in those 3 years. And so that was it. It's just like, that's when the stalker and identity theft started. And that's how I'm thinking that he wanted to transfer my life back to Kim Kardashian's. You know what I'm saying? It's like, it was like a timeline. Every time some guy broke up with me, some guy would break up with Kim. Kim, I'm talking about the heartbreak that we've had, honey. We can sit down and dish, darling, over wine. I mean, they have done it for real. Like, they have actually taken my real life and just given it to Kim Kardashian. So I was telling my sister that one day, and I was like, doesn't it seem like Kim Kardashian and me have the same life? I was telling this to my sister, Carla McGee. And I mean, Carla was like, yeah, it does sometimes. And y'all, guess what? It was true. We have the same life. I do it first, and then they do it to Kim Kardashian. They try to fuck up our relationships on purpose. That's why I say pray for your enemies, because now on this day, when I was writing this, I realized that's a sad situation for her to be into. They're actually forcing us to be each other. Kim Kardashian is really not trying to walk on the backs of black people. She was just actually trying to be herself. And every time, I mean, when they push me out of a relationship, I'm thinking they do the same thing to her too. Kim, girl, I'm crying with you. I'm not joking this time. I'm serious. I'm not trying to catch you in shit, anything. I wrote this, I was like, if she's being forced, I'm being forced too. You understand what I'm saying? Like, it's like they have just basically just taken us from this area, from this Bluffview Park school, and Kim may not be from there, but one of the students, she looked like her. You understand? And they have just pushed us into a life of hotivity. You see, it started even with the sex tape. Even with the sex tape, Kim, I love you. Okay, let's go on. Happy 33rd, 38 Maryland and Brandon Clark. So when we moved into this house, this is when we first noticed that there may be cameras in and there may be spirits. So I think it was just a bunch of white people just putting some shit in the house and just watching us for all these years. And Brandon Clark was probably one of them that knew. He just knew about all the devices and everything. I mean, he is bringing up conversations that we had when we were little. And it was just us in the house. So we don't understand. Like, it's like, where they get these fucking ass conversations from, y'all? It is hilarious. Here's to celebrating our amethyst year. Brandon in 38 Maryland. Now, I want you guys to look at the house. In this area right here, there's a bar. It never was there. So it looks like they took the bar off the house in East St. Louis and put it there. And then they also changed it to a yellow and white color. It used to be white and pink. So you know what I'm saying? That's like, I guess that was so Brandon could make it look like it was the house in East St. Louis, but we don't own that house. That house is actually owned by somebody else. So I'd actually named that house in the show with Ty. Y'all know the guy Ty. That's why Ty from Centerville thought it was him. So the guy Ty, who's the designer, who helps them like when they say move that bus, that used to be one of my favorite shows. I wrote that show so that my mom could probably get like a makeover for the house, because the house really does need new plumbing. And it would have been just something nice for her to have while she was on this earth, because on the other side of it, there's like a lot of yard. You know, maybe the lady would have just sold them the house for like a really low price. You know what I'm saying? Because she's been there for so many years. But, you know what I'm saying? I mean, jealousy is a motherfucker. And who would have thought that Brandon Clark would have came down there to try to fuck us up and kill my family for it? Oh, I know who it is. His cousin who told us a long time ago that he was a serial killer. Let's keep moving on, because that's actually what he is. Happy anniversary, Mr. Savage. You owe me 2 gifts because you changed your name twice. You're so fucking funny. So here we go. We got here's to celebrating our diamond year. I was like, oh my God, Lil Wayne just got a diamond for a lollipop. Are you kidding? on, girl. That's all they want to talk about, girl. That's all they want to talk about, girl. Okay, happy anniversary to the 26th year with Alpha Phi Alpha, Phi Beta, Sigma, Kappa, Alpha Psi, Alpha Kappa, Alpha, Delta, Sigma, Beta, Sigma, Gamma, Rho, and Zeta Phi Beta. They all showed themselves in 2019 of like how they would come after me. So first the Alpha comes to the school to set it up like I would be a hoe and not Miss Martin. So then when I didn't show myself as a hoe, they sent the fuckboy to my classroom. And I think because he's younger than me, you know what I'm saying, he's like pretending that he wants to be in some type of situation with me. So I got fucked over by a fuckboy that year too. So then, and it was set up by Miss Michelle Martin. So then what else happened was, is that after that, then I was like I was already set up for a rape by Phi Beta Sigmas. Kappa Alpha Psi, they just would, it was just like one of them that walked up to me and was like, what did he say? You wanna fuck me? I'm talking about 26 fucking years, y'all. 26 fucking years. Alpha Kappa Alpha, they would do the same thing. All they do is just walk up and they walk up and just straight up just tell me all this different stuff, like I'm too dark, I'm ugly, all this different stuff. Delta Sigma Theta. I really didn't have any issues until I met Lisa. Sigma Gamma Rho. My roommates were all Sigma Gamma Rhos, and they started with me, and I'm thinking that's how I got on the list to be raped. And Zeta Phi Beta, I never had any issues with them, but I guess those fat bitches saw everybody else had an issue, and they joined in on the fun. So there we go. Here's to celebrating our picture year. Joel King, his family went and took pictures. Like it was their anniversary, but really it's mine. I wonder if they want pictures of my vagina or my titties or what. I mean, it's just like it's just so outrageous because I never show any of that shit. You know what I'm saying? I never showed them anything. So I'm just like, what do they want pictures of? Do I take the pictures or do they give me pictures? Or are we gonna get the pictures together? Maybe they'll show how you can just like, just when you get raped, just lay there. Maybe you don't fight. You don't want to get your face messed up or anything. So that's all I'm trying to tell you. Okay, next. I was solicited for sex in 1996. And that's just me telling the story. Fuck it, girl. You can read it. Fuck it. Happy anniversary, Jack Gibson and Shamar White. So when they came to the school, Jack had these crooked teeth. His feet were fucked up. You know what I'm saying? Then a year later, here comes Shamar with her badass skin. And I'm talking about, man, they have stalked the fuck out of me. I mean, so much so Jack was like gaslighting me the whole time. And Shamar was just thinking, we're going to act like we don't know each other. I think Jack even knows my rapist by his name. I don't know the rapist's name. And Thomas knows his name too, but I'm so serious. I think Jack knows. I think Shamar might know too. They're really good at setting stuff up because they've actually helped people set up my entire life. Here's to celebrating our picture year too. Pictures! Don't send me any of you because both of you are actually very ugly to me. And you're racist, so I don't want any of that energy in my life. So I'm just saying, hey, you guys got enough pictures because you've been recording me inside my house, inside my car, and probably at the school too. In my son's school too. You've been stalking my son too. So you guys have enough pictures of us. We feel fully satisfied. You can actually just give us the money. There we go. So there we go. Jack Gibson, he likes gaslighting. Shamar White, she was actually trying to stalk us in Frisco, Texas. Actually set up an apartment down below us too. Here we go with Joel McCombs and our acting teacher, 2 older students, and Richard. So Joel McCombs, I'm talking about, y'all, we got 24 years of stalking. Joel McCombs, he wanted to set it up like we were going to be in 9.5 weeks. And when he was through with me, he would just get another woman. And he thought that it would just continuously make me jealous, and it doesn't. I'm just not a person that likes to chase. Acting teacher, he and the 2 older men, they actually wanted to set it up like it was 9.5 weeks. And they wanted to see us do this stuff. Like, they wanted to see me do it and say his name and all that stuff. They wanted to see him smack my ass and make me come. And so I was just like, really? How? Because that's like a lot of manipulation. And for them to still want to do that now, it's sad. It's so sad. Like, it's just really sad. because they were probably baby boomers back then. And Joe was way older than me too. He was like in his 30s when I was 18. So he's like about 15 years older than me. So if I am 44, he might be going on 60. Isn't that true, Joel? Isn't that true, you little manipulator? Fuck you and your mama. Okay, here we go. 24, you have to give me musical instruments. Please don't give me anything that your bitches have put their mouths on, because your hoes like to follow me. Let's move on. Then we have Richard. Richard was like pretending to be a friend, and then when it wasn't something that was good for Richard, Richard tried to break it off, and he has to do it in a mean way because he didn't want to talk to me anymore. Next, we have Kunta Kinte Edwards. I did not know he would stalk me because I was his ex-girlfriend, and he is actually a person that wanted to get me killed for my artistic ability because I had a lot of creation inside of myself. So hence, I've been stolen from thousands of times because they don't give a fuck. And they cut me off from being able to communicate with people and like the police and everything. So, hey, here we go. What year is this? Kunta is our 19th, and you have to give me something that is bronze. Bronze. Make sure I can hit you upside your head with it and kill you. And then I can take your stuff and leave you without children. You know what I'm saying? Because you were going to try to leave my son without anybody. Who cares? Munia Makoni, his real name is Funky Munyarazi Makoni. He is from Zimbabwe. If he's anyway involved in this, then I think that he needs to be transported back to his country and put into jail without haircuts. Okay, and this is our bronze year too, Munya, because all I did was just move to Texas. I met him at this place, and I was his rape victim one night. I was so distraught from being raped and messed over that, guess what? I just stayed his friend, and he still remained to be a rapist the entire fucking time. Happy anniversary. This is our 17th Marcus Dwayne Boyd. He's a Phi Beta Sigma. Shelly and Tanika. Tanika comes all the way from St. Louis, Missouri to come down there to stalk me. And then she came to Comcast to act like she was my boss. Let's see what year it is for us. This here is our furniture year. Oh my God, if I only had a house or a bus that I could live on. So Marcus was very abusive, and me and him went to like a fake court, and he actually sentenced himself to stay away from me for the whole time. But in 2019, he was in Alton, or it was in 2020, after they kidnapped my son, driving down the street in a red car, trying to see what I was doing at the bus stop. It was none of his business. The Phi Beta Sigmas, just consistently, whenever I'm here in the area, they make sure they pass around information about the rape, because they added to how I was like teaching at the Texas school, which had nothing to do with them either. But there was an Alpha Kappa Alpha, no, there was an Alpha Phi Alpha, their name, Aaron Milam, and I think he was just helping out Marcus Boyd. He could be a Phi Beta Sigma though. Who cares? He's a pedophile. Shelly and Tanika. They just like want to be mean to people and bully them so much, like Keely Sutton, and it's like, we didn't do anything to you. We don't know you. You know what I'm saying? Like, we don't fucking know you. Like, we don't know you. So what the fuck is the problem? We don't know you and we don't care about you. And so people tend to think because I'm a nice person, I'm quiet, and I do my work, that I really care about them. But no, because I do my work and it's really good, it's because I focus on my work. And so then, therefore, I can't be a bimbo or a whore because I really like my work more than I like doing men. Happy anniversary, Lisa and Freddie Vernon. Y'all, I think they purposely met me just like Donna Woods met me at the art museum. But Lisa and Freddie Vernon, they purposely met me with Jamal so that they could steal my ideas and stuff. Because Lisa knew that I was probably certified to be a social worker, so she probably stole that certification, or that she stole the note that I could be a social worker in Missouri. And then she just pretended that she was a social worker so she can get a job at a school. I think she set up a fake interview in Frisco, Texas, so that she can go ahead and take the job too. Marcus Dwayne Boyd could have helped him so that he could try to just take everything from me because I'm really smart. So therefore, I can't be a bimbo because I like to do my work. Southern Illinois University, Carbondale. I told Freddie a joke one day. I was like, Freddie, this is not funny, but the people at SIUC do not graduate. Like, I'm actually from a school where people graduate. And I was like, because they party a lot. And there's significant evidence. Like, there's stuff that they have on the news. Like, they've torn up the streets in Carbondale. Like, they have done so much damage to the school. And so when I told Freddie that, I was telling him the truth. But Freddie found Ron Jones and Cecil Hall. And Cecil Hall is a person that sets up rapes, just like Jack Gibson. So what happens is like Cecil Hall wanted to rape me because he sets up rapes. And I didn't know that. And Ron Jones wanted to take me on a bad date, just like Da Vinci, right? Because that's what men do. When they see that you have information or they have bad information about a girl, then they just take it to the next person, and instead of them just leaving the girl alone. But again, I was still focusing on my work, so sometimes I didn't notice. Here's to celebrating our furniture year. You guys owe me furniture. Let's see who you got here. Lisa, Freddie, Vernon, Jamal. Jamal pretended to be my friend, and then when we weren't friends anymore, Jamal, he's such a big liar. Like, he likes to lie about anything. So, like, say, for instance, this is in front of you, and it actually says Folgers. It says Folgers. Jamal would be like, no, that's blue, and it was white. This is blue and white. Jamal is so good at just lying. He'll just sit in your face and be like, no, my name is not Jamal Robinson. My name is Dwight Henry. Never does Jamal tell the truth. And so it's really hard when Jamal's been a cop and he's written down something that says he's a cop, but probably in there's lies and stuff. So then Jamal will just keep telling people that you're a bimbo and that Keisha is better than you, and Keisha is really a whore. And she lies for her mom, and her mom lies for her, and all that good stuff. So, like, they'll keep trying to invite you to their fucking dramatic party and try to act like it was you that was involved. And it's like, no, I actually had to tell Keisha's mom when I was in college, a little 18, 19-year-old girl, to tell them that she was wrong for actually trying to put them against each other. That is so wrong for you to, like, actually favor one daughter over the other. I think since then she's been pissed off at me. A lot of people harbor feelings when somebody tells them the fucking truth. So she pretended to come down to Texas like she was going to buy a house so she can meet me, so she can see what I was like. And guess what? I'm better than your daughters. So then when she found that out, that's when Keisha was seen coming down the street. Like, it was in North Dallas. She was coming down Frankfurt crying. I think it turned into Spring Valley, could have. So she was coming down there crying past the QT, acting as if it just hurt her feelings. I'm pretty sure at that point, Keisha wanted to kill me because she likes being her mom's favorite. Her mother isn't shit either if she did that too. You see what I'm saying? And that's when the police ended up stopping somebody when I was leaving that same area, because that's where I was going to go to the gym. So I don't know. It's just so strange how people at SIUE think that I give a fuck about them, and I really don't. If I haven't contacted you or said your name, then bitch, 9 times out of 10, I really don't like you. Remember, you need to be close to your enemies, because I'm your enemy because I came out of Sean's house, just like Radiance Pitts did. You wanted me to tell you stuff about her, Keisha. Keisha is not your business. Radiance Pitts wasn't your business. I don't talk about people that way. It's just you do. Even after Radiance was a bitch to me, I still didn't tell you anything. You know why? Because it's not your fucking business. Radiance Pitts wasn't your business because she was dating Sean Jackson. That wasn't your business. You didn't even know what the fuck was going on. They could have been cousins. Get a fucking life. Next, SIUC students. This is what I was saying. Cecil Hall and Ron Jones were actually after me for real, like trying to stalk me the whole time. So happy anniversary to us. Let's look at our 15th anniversary. Region 10, Donna Wood, Cynthia Peters, Leslie Washington, reading interventionist. I don't remember her name, but she was really funky. And Tracy Davis. Now, let me tell you guys about something that somebody's missing. I'm missing DeVry, because DeVry is the teacher that told me that my evidence wouldn't be good enough. I didn't know how to, like, really write down my evidence, so I just took down the kids' scores. I can't give them the kids' names. So all I had to do was just, like, kind of take down the numbers. So I took down the numbers, and I had to figure out how to score and goes. But anyway, I was just trying to, like, research to make sure that, like, I was showing evidence that, like, the kids from the K through 2nd grade would do better on 3rd grade if they knew the basics. You know what I'm saying? And the test scores will show it. They'll show you. So it will also help you fix any deficiencies. If somebody scores really low, then you know to focus on them a lot in your classroom, right? It makes sense, right? They told me it didn't. So anyway, next. But Region 10 actually stole it, and then they started telling people that it made sense. I don't know what's going on. Donna Woods. I I'm talking about she started stalking me at the Dallas Art Museum. I think that's the first place I met her, and she was just acting like she didn't know what the fuck she was talking about. But I'm pretty sure Marcus Dwayne Boyd put her up to it. And let's not forget Terry and her awful ass. Cynthia Peters. And then Cynthia, she's really dumb, but she's really, because she's so uneducated, she can't stand being around educated women. Leslie Washington is better than what she thinks. Reading interventionist, she really stinks, and she was down here in Edwardsville, Illinois. I think trying to live with somebody. Tracy Davis is probably the person that stole all this stuff. And she was the one that tried to act like I was living off her. So I'm pretty sure she spoke to Joe King, because he would probably try to say the same thing. So let's see what anniversary year we got. Oh, God. It's not working. Watches. We got watches for the 15th. You guys owe me watches. Tell me what time it is. And Tracy was down in Alton as well. Marla Clemens, Crystal Short, and Short Roberts, the Pearson women, and Latron Davis. So Marla must have got everything from Tracy, and Crystal got it from her too. So they were all from Louisiana, really. And so they were trying to really stalk me and trying to hurt me and my family. That's probably how they got hurt, because they are really crazy. Like, they are really loony. They're loony. Who would think? And the women at Pearson, they probably got that information from Tracy too, because they were really ugly and mean to me, and they had no reason to be. Latron Davis got the information because Tracy probably set him up so he can say these stories to me, because it was just always just stories about me. Latron wanted it to be him, but it was just stuff about me. Okay, guys, let's celebrate with gold jewelry. 14 years. 14 years. Latron was also harboring ill feelings because my mom told him that I can only date that I would date many guys at a time. My mama told me I better shop around. Okay, let's talk about Faith Ming Hubbard. So I don't think Faith really stalked me after she fucked everybody that I knew. So Faith Ming Hubbard just started stalking me when I moved back from Texas with my son the first time. So that was 12 years. Sean Jones showed up for some reason at the school and started like gossiping about me or whatever. And then he showed up again in 2019 at the Edwardsville, Illinois store. We got Thomas. Thomas probably always been there, because the rape is always, somebody always brings up something from the rape. And when Thomas was, look guys, Thomas had his camera. He was so cool. He just fucked me, and then like somebody came over, and then he took his camera and he was like following me. He's like, you and your fat ass, get your fat ass out of here. So I was trying to like jump the fence, trying to get away from him, because I was like, why would you do that to me, you know? So he just had his camera. So I don't know what kind of camera it is, but it's probably on his phone. So that's like, let's be real about that one. I mean, he was like really coming for me. I think I missed my class. It was yesterday. I don't think I got anything to do. Then we got Charles S. Burton. He didn't know anything until Thomas told him. So I had stuff from the school, but Charles S. Burton was looking at it, and he was like, nah, we're going to set these kids up to make it look like she's touching them on their penises. I'm pretty sure Thomas gave him that idea. Thomas likes putting me down and making me feel bad. So Demetric raped me, and then I lost the baby from him. And then Ty from Centerville, he was just going to treat me like shit the whole time, because he was harboring ill feelings when my dad told him that I couldn't go out with him that night because it was too late for him to show up, because he had a time to be there to pick me up, and he just didn't come. So that was it. Next, let's talk about Nia Owens, Cynthia, who probably thinks she's Cynthia Peters, but no, bitch, you're Joel McCombs' hoe. Miss Pecker, and the other teachers at Harmony MG, it's just not her. And the Mitchells of Belleville, Illinois, Rose Howard, and the Confluence Academy staff. So Nia Owens was like, oh my God, Nia Owens, I was just her friend. I was just like trying to help her. And she started stalking me so she can give everything to Roxanne Shante and Nia Long so they can make that movie. Isn't that cool? And they were just going to just like act like it wasn't me at all. And then we have Cynthia. She was like, she's an AKA. She was there when Joel McCombs hit me in my face after I hit him, after he told me to go there and go to sleep. And then when I didn't go there and I went there and I went there to go to sleep, and then he woke me up, and she stood at the door while me and him had an argument. Next, one of the MG teachers, she was down there at my favorite place at the deli, at the New York deli, where I used to get like my favorite cheese Danish, and she just ruined it for me by coming in there and like closing the door as I was leaving out the door and looking at me like I did something to her, and I didn't. The Minches of Belleville, that's my dad's family. They stalked me and they knew I was having a nervous breakdown, and my child was like 3 or 4 years old, and they still didn't help me keep them or help me with anything. They all just left me because I think at that point everybody got what they wanted, and so they just left me and my son alone for a little while I got better. That's why I was able to get away to Dallas, Texas. Rose Howard, she was a principal who used to go to our church, and she was like using the church people to like go against me and stuff, and she doesn't know that she's part of a predator team too. And so I think she was probably like trying to give stuff back to Tiffany Haddish in California, or giving like our identities to people in California. She actually was the reason for the ruin of the church, and for mainly like all the stuff that's been happening to everybody for real, and nobody wants to think that's it. She also told Joey that he could like have stuff from my life, and so Joey actually thinks my show is his, and he tries to blame it on having a plate in his head. Confluence Academy staff, they put everything on this thing called the S drive, and that's how Keely Sutton thought that she could steal my identity. So did Samantha Sipple, because we have the same initials. And so also Sophia Stevens. That's why she looks old, and she's younger than me. Somebody keeps saying, oh my God, y'all, they thought they was going to get something from her. No, I'm just going to tell them how you've been stalking me, and how it's useless for you to do it. It's nothing for you to get. I don't know what's going on. Somebody's trying to stop my Wi-Fi. Probably they don't want me to tell. No, let's not skip to Cecil Hall. Not today. Let's see what happens. Oh, there we go. Keely Sutton. Keely Sutton is a teacher bully, and it was her first year, but because of the S drive, she tried to act like she had 10 years under her belt. It was just stuff about me, kid. You didn't know. You and Samantha Sipple didn't know. So they were going to use that stuff against me so they could become Teacher of the Year. Guess what happened? I got pregnant by a rapist, and I had to take a 6-week leave, and then a 6-week leave. And then when I got back, Keely Sutton wanted to fight me, even though she was pregnant, and I still had a hole in my belly. She was going to do it in front of the students. She walked up and was like, that's how stupid she looks. Keely, I don't know what year that was for us. Let's see what you got. Let's see what type of anniversary we got. 11 years of Keely. Fashion, jewelry, and accessories. Hell yeah, Keely. Of course, I know I won't be getting it from you. I'll be trying to get it from Cecil, because he's always ready to stick his dick at me. He likes to rape people. Here's to celebrating our linen and lace years, Cecil. I like lace and linen. He'll probably turn into something mean for me, because Cecil likes to take all my stories and make it seem like I've done something wrong to him, the same way he blamed his wife. And he also has the story of David Banner. He said he was depressed and he was living in his dad's basement, just like David Banner. That's how I knew that David Banner was one of the people that Marla used to stalk me too. So Marla used all my stuff to create David Banner and Lisa and Nipsey Hussle and Lauren London and Jordan Woods. They all work together. After they did me wrong, I usually just mind my own business and do my work, because I like to work. I like to work. Da Vinci Wright, he just showed up out of nowhere. And so he had stuff about Marcus Dwayne Boyd. And so he would have me drive him to his house and then drive him back. And then he would be like, and he'd be there for like 5 to 10 minutes. He's like, no, take me back. It was like an hour. Like for real, it's like 30 minutes to an hour drive. So me and my son would have to get in the car and take him back. He did that 2 times, and then the 3rd time he came in somebody else's car to my house, and he's like, I gotta go when he got there, because he wanted to have a fight or start some type of domestic violence dispute, because he wanted to see if I was domestically violent, and I wasn't. It was Marcus. So when he left, I was like, okay, see ya. And so he got upset that I wasn't that upset with him. And so the other part of that is that he wants to he owed me $200 because I helped him with Miss Anusi's book about eczema, and I didn't put Miss Anusi's name in there because I don't think she should be with bad people. And also, the book about eczema is really good. So I edited Miss Anusi's book about eczema, and he said he would give me $200. And then when it was time for him to pay me, he started argument with me, so he wouldn't have to pay me. So I didn't put this in here, but the guy from RP Entertainment, he was stalking me too, so he probably told Da Vinci to do it because he did the same thing too. They just start arguments with me so they don't have to pay me. So here we go. And that doesn't mean that you don't have to pay me. That actually means you probably got to pay me double because that's more pain and suffering. So this is our appliance year, Da Vinci. I don't think I need anything from you because I think you need to go to jail too. Okay, and then our last one is going to be Demetria Bird. I just met her. So I told Demetria the same thing. I was like, Demetria, that's just a lot of stuff about stalking me. And so you don't have to stalk me. So Demetria, she just started messing up like all of our like she started messing up all of my jobs and everything. And I was telling her I just want to see my son. I was telling them that at the shelter. And St. Vincent de Paul shelter should be on here too from East St. Louis. But I just didn't put it on there because I think it's just somebody else doing it. So this is our clock year, Demetria. And you don't have to give me one because you'll put something in it so you can hear what's going on in my house. So because you like listening devices and cameras and you like putting hair in people's food, I don't really want to talk to you because you see you're a very bad person and you need to go to jail too. Dimitri's the one that likes to play with spirits. Actually, all of them do, starting with Tanika because she probably is the one that introduced them to these devices that they're using to stalk us and hurt us and like stopping us from thinking and doing what we have to do and making us having these bad feelings and all this different stuff. So these people is just like maybe they're a cult or a group or something, but we really need to get away from them because we don't want that in our lives. Like we actually want to live. Like they'll probably set up for us to die. Demetria Bird, that's the last one. And then this is it right here. This is from me and Blake and my mom too. Me and Blake would like to press charges on anyone or everyone that could be named in this document, especially if you committed a crime against me and Blake. Blake was kidnapped. That's my son. And I can't name the people because they were wearing disguises. So that's all. He was taken from Eversville, Illinois campus and given to my sister. And since they've been lying to my family and they've been like trying to find ways to keep us apart, like acting crazy whenever we try to be together, then we haven't seen each other. So that's it. It's Shantae, Brown Sugar Talk under Black Unicarns and under Brown Sugar Talk, telling you guys to just have a great day. And I hope you're living a great life. Have a good one.